Hi, my name is Jane Lavery and I'm a lecturer and researcher in Hispanic Cultural Studies. The term cultural studies typically and is commonly believed to be referring to literary studies, but it doesn't. It is much more than that, as it encompasses a whole array of mediums and genres such as literature, documentaries, music, the visual arts. I teach an array of modules from first, second to final year modules in Hispanic Studies in relating to Latin America and Spain. For example, I teach a first year module that's called Narrative and Cultural Identity in the Hispanic World. Here we get the students to think specifically about different narratives, for example, and about the cultural, social and political functions that these particular narratives have. I also teach a final year module called Sex, Soap Operas and Female Dissidents, and it looks at the representation of women and certain queer identities, for example, lesbian, transgender and gay identities.
Mark Dinneen, and I teach cultural studies modules in all years. I think many students are initially wary of cultural studies modules. It's an unfamiliar field for many of them, and they imagine that it involves very complex, difficult theories. However, when they start the course, they find that most of the ideas and concepts we deal with are much more straightforward and simple than they imagined. They are concepts of debate, contested concepts. They find the debate around those concepts very interesting, the different interpretations of them. And then they go on to apply those concepts to a variety of cultural texts. The idea is that students follow the course but concentrate in depth on particular subjects that interest them, particularly when they come to write the essays. So they have the opportunity to really analyse in considerable depth, really, a particular film, novel, popular music of their choice.
Hi, my name's Sam. I'm currently a first year student studying Spanish Linguistic Studies at the University of Southampton.
Hi, I'm Helen Roberts. I've just finished my degree in Spanish and History.
My name's Wes Durdle. I've recently graduated with BA in French and Spanish.
My name is Morgan Haxby. I'm studying French and Spanish.
Hi, I'm Emma Jeffrey and I've just finished a degree in English and Spanish. In my first year, I took the module Reading Culture. In second year, I took the module High Mass and Popular Culture in the Spanish-speaking world. And in final year, I took Sex, Soap Operas and Female Dissidents.
Eclectic.
I chose to study these modules because the link between the English literature side of my degree and cultural studies modules is very clear to me. I find that a lot of the analytical skills are very transferable, but the advantage of the cultural studies modules are that I'm not only studying literature, but I'm also looking at documentaries, film, artwork, music as well, so it's a really big scope of cultural productions.
Personally, I chose to study these modules because for me, from a history perspective, I wanted to study something that was completely different. It gets a bit repetitive, kind of analysing the same text in the same way, so I wanted to avoid the history and politics modules in the language side of my degree.
For me, the aspect I enjoyed the most from the two modules I studied is the study of Spanish and Latin American films. One of the things that you must realise about a module like this is it's not all focused around literature. You also study things like paintings, documentaries, posters. It's quite surprising the wide range of things you actually learn, the wide range of media you study. Not only is it from the Spanish, the Iberian kind of side of things, but also the Latin America. I know from my own studies, I've studied films such as El Viaje, which studies Che Guevara travels through Latin America, as well as the book Crónica de una Muerte Anunciada, which is a Latin American book. So you get both sides of them. It's kind of like a combination of Spanish and Latin American films.
Provocative.
The biggest surprise for me was studying rap and hip-hop in fourth year with the Puerto Rican American rap artist Angie Martinez, based in New York, which was an opportunity to look at the links between gender and nationality in a very specific context in the New York rap scene. And ultimately, because I'd never studied music in that sort of context, I found that it was great fun and everybody thoroughly enjoyed it.
I particularly enjoyed El beso de la mujer araña, Kiss of the Spider-Man, both the novel and the film adaptation. Not only did it have a really immersive plot and it covered gender and sexuality and also fantasy versus reality, which are probably my two favourite themes. It's entirely written as dialogue, so when you read it, it's a bit like overhearing a conversation in that you only know who's speaking based on what they're actually saying.
Unmissable.
I think that if you're looking for something where you can have lively debates, you can share your opinion and listen to other people's opinions, and just study an exciting range of Hispanic texts, then Cultural Studies is definitely the module for you.
I would say that students should definitely study Cultural Studies modules because they have so much to gain. It's really a dynamic, fun lesson, and even though it's quite challenging because we study films, music, photography, it's a really fun way to learn. You don't realise it's hard work.
Cultural Studies, the gateway to a better understanding of history, beliefs and language.